I'll be addressing today a very controversial issue about syllabus and pattern of next exam. Much is being discussed about latest updates in the pattern of next exam. I'll be discussing what is being neglected in these discussions and also what are the implications of these new changes which are presently being neglected by most of the students. And as usual, the most important conclusions I will be discussing at the end, so be with me till the end. You are obviously aware of the proposal which was discussed on 15th February 2020 in a meeting in Board of Governors at MCI. I want to dissect this proposal so as to present those aspects which are not very obvious, which are actually very shocking but are extremely important and have long-term consequences. Bright EduWorld is India's #1 organization preparing MBBS students for National Exit Test. Next, we have been preparing students for NEET PG and FMG, that is MCI screening test, and now we are into next exit exam. I am Dr. Lalit Patil, so let us start it. Now this is the proposal. The single most shocking feature in this proposal is that next exam will be conducted over 3 days. Next one will be conducted over a period of 3 days. There are two biggest problems with this proposal. One, there will be 3 separate papers. Now the paradox is, on one hand you are talking of vertical and horizontal integrations among all subjects, which is actually a brilliant idea. On the other hand, you are taking 3 separate papers with 180 MCQs each to evaluate the preparedness of the students. So the pattern of exam which you are proposing is in sharp contrast to the core principle of the integration among all subjects. Why can't you integrate these 3 papers in a single paper? This will be in line with the beautiful concept of integration. So this is one problem with this proposal, that it is against the core concept of integration in the new MBBS curriculum. Another problem is that it is torturous to undergo a 3 days exam. The pattern is complicated, too complicated. It will create more stress. Even now when students undergo MBBS exams, it is a great stress for them. We all know that. Many students fall ill before exams. This happens during usual routine MBBS exams of any year. If students get unhealthy stress during routine MBBS exams, think of a competitive exam with a complicated pattern like this, which is conducted over a period of 3 days. Why medical education and examination system needs to be so stressful? You might give a gap of few days between these papers, but that's not going to help. Why there has to be harassment in this process? Extreme stress of a competitive exam stretched over almost a week is too much. रहम करो यार बच्चों पर. बच्चे डॉक्टर्स बनना चाहते हैं, देश की सेवा करना चाहते हैं, ब्राइट करियर बनाना चाहते हैं, और आप हो कि अननेसेसरी स्ट्रेस डाल रहे हो उनके ऊपर. एग्जाम इज नेसेसरी, otherwise how you will allot PG seats? But is it really necessary to ask 540 questions to select best candidates? Isn't it too much? Why can't you ask 300 questions on all these subjects in a single paper in a single day? Presently there are 300 MCQs in NEET PG, which is a competitive exam, and 300 MCQs in FMG, that is Foreign Medical Graduate Exam, which is a qualifying exam. Both these exams are conducted in a single day. So a single day exam with 300 MCQs is actually enough. Now another fact in this pattern which most of the students have failed to notice is the time allotment. In the proposal it is said that 4.5 hours will be allotted to 180 questions on each day. Now if you compare it with NEET PG, there are 3.5 hours for 300 questions, and compare it with FMG where there are 5 hours for 300 questions. So if you compare time allotted per question, you will find that next exam gives highest time per MCQ. that is 1.5 minutes per MCQ. After making the pattern more complicated and stressful, why they are giving more time per question? What's happening here? We have the experience of NEET PG 2020 with us. The MCQs were very long. Most of the students couldn't even read the whole question paper. Long MCQs was again repeated in FMG 2020. So 1.5 minutes per MCQ essentially tells us that in next exam MCQs will be long, more conceptual and more thought provoking. Rote learning is not going to help. You need to understand the concepts. So while teaching the subjects at Bright EduWorld, we stress that you understand the concepts. That is most important now. Earlier in NEET PG and more so in FMG, memory based one-liners MCQs were asked. More technical kind of information used to be asked. So now there is a shift from memory based MCQs to conceptual MCQs. What you need to note in this pattern that 10% of the questions will be from pre and paraclinical subjects. That means out of 540 MCQs, 54 MCQs will be from basic sciences. So approximately every pre and paraclinical subject will contribute approximately 8 MCQs to 540 MCQs. PSM will contribute approximately 54 MCQs to the pool of 540 MCQs. Now compare it with the existing pattern of NEET PG, where pre and paraclinical subjects used to have 17 to 25 MCQs. Their contribution has been drastically reduced to half or even less than that, whereas weightage of PSM has been more than doubled. Do you think that same guidebooks or same lectures of NEET PG will help you? Certainly not. Another difference here is that in NEET PG, all 19 subjects have their separate existence, whereas in NEXT, they have merged the pre and paraclinical subjects with the clinical. It is very obvious that this is just a proposal which was discussed in the meeting. It is not final version. In fact, don't expect any final version because there will be continuous changes. Even in NEET PG, there were a lot of changes over the period of time. Earlier, there was no negative marking. It was introduced later. Eventually, image-based and video-based questions were introduced, and now MCQs are long, more conceptual, more applied, and they represent integrated version of new MBBS syllabus. The changes will keep on increasing and speed of changes will further increase. So how to deal with this forever changing situation? Because change in pattern certainly affects the way students should prepare for the exam, but pattern is continuously changing. If you see, exam pattern is not the only thing which is changing. Everything else is changing. New research is happening in all the subjects of MBBS. Even in recent papers, they have asked questions on coronavirus which are not at all there in any textbooks. Even the subjects which are not dynamic like anatomy, if you see the textbooks of anatomy, even there is new data which comes in. The approach changes. If you see the question pattern, it has been changing including for anatomy. So science and technology are evolving and the speed of their evolution is ever increasing. So how to deal with this ever changing situation? I will give you an example. Think of the senior most surgeons today. When they were in medical colleges doing MBBS and MS, they were not taught of laparoscopic surgeries because in those days laparoscopic surgeries were not existing. They were not there few decades ago. So when these senior most surgeons passed their MS few decades ago, most of them had not even heard of laparoscopic surgeries. But situation changed, technology evolved. Now we know that for many conditions, laparoscopic surgeries are the surgeries of choice. For example, for cholelithiasis, laparoscopic cholecystectomy is the surgery of choice. So now in all medical colleges, in curriculum of MS, general surgery, now they essentially teach laparoscopic surgery. But these senior most surgeons had to learn laparoscopic surgeries later on their own. सारे सीनियर सर्जन लैप्रोस्कोपी सीख पाए क्या? नहीं. जो शुरू से कॉम्पिटेंट थे वही ये नई चीज सीख पाए. जो नहीं सीख पाए वो काल के प्रवाह में पीछे पड़ गए. In changing environment, those who are competent will survive and prosper. That's the rule. And how do you become competent? By studying, by preparing for next. You will become competent. Let me tell you one more example, not from the field of medicine, but it illustrates that being competent is the most important factor for winning. Let us take example of Sundar Pichai. When he was studying in IIT, he was not taught anything what he is handling in Google now. When Sundar Pichai was in IIT, forget about Google, the concept of search engines itself was not existent. Today Sundar Pichai is the CEO of Google and handling successfully the ever evolving technology which is changing the course of human civilization. But none of these things were taught to him when Sundar Pichai was in IIT. These things are not taught in IITs even today. Forget about when Pichai was in IIT. In those days, whatever Google is doing now was simply non-existent. But Sundar Pichai is bringing Google ahead extremely successfully and earning thousands of crore rupees per year. Pichai could do it simply because he is competent. And how he proved that he is competent? He had cracked IIT-G in his time. Scoring high rank in competitive exams is the biggest proof of your competency. Who got MBBS in the topmost government medical colleges? Those who got highest ranks in NEET UG. Who will get MDMS in the topmost government medical colleges? Those who will get highest ranks in next exam. Getting high rank in competitive exams like next is the most reliable parameter of your competence. Whether you agree or disagree, whether you like it or not, the system works like that. So prepare for next exam right from the first year MBBS. Earlier you start, better are the results. At Bright EduWorld, we prepare the students for next right from first year MBBS. Thousands of first and second year MBBS students are taking benefit of our services. Visit our website, know more about next, and let us know if we can help you. Thank you so much.